so that we are not caught off guard, and it can inform our preparation so as not to be caught off guard by the effect of Hurricane Barry. Remember now that the likelihood of the storm, of the eye of the storm passing over certain sections of the island has increased. Yeah? Need that information inform your preparation for the arrival of Hurricane Barry. I think at this time it is very important that as we continue to give the information and as the forecasting becomes more accurate as the storm gets closer to the island, I think it's important to remember that there are a couple of things in our control to help us to better deal and mitigate the impact of the storm. What can you do in your vicinity? Yeah, in spite of what some persons may deem as to the level of readiness and the level of national response and preparation to uh, well, in response to Hurricane Beryl, for example, what can you do in your area? Are you taking it seriously? Yeah, are you taking the information for what it is, useful and insightful to inform your preparation? May you do so, and encourage you to do that to the best of your ability. About ensuring you have enough medication for this time. Let's take a break here. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
16 minutes after 3 o'clock.
Choose Smart Stop Auto Supplies for service and front-end parts for Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and Suzuki. They also sell batteries and tints, and they specialize in radiators and radiator parts. They source hard-to-get parts by special order. Smart Stop Auto Supplies, Shop 4, Dr. Rock Plaza, Santa Cruz, 876-966-2869. Make the smart stop. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
This is both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. I'm Jesse Blake, and it is my pleasure now to hand things over to the real star of the show. Dermot Malcolm here. Dermot, good afternoon. How are you?
I don't know which star you're talking about.
How are you? Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure just of course, updating the public on the state of the storm and implications. How's things on the roads of the corporate area?
Well, first of all, good afternoon, and thank you for continuing to be the super reliable person you are. We appreciate that. We can't function without that kind of an individual. So thank you very much for being Mr. All Purpose. All right. No, I had quite an experience, but in terms of trying to get to work and moving in different directions, trying to find different routes and different means of getting to broadcast house here at 32 Lyndhurst Road. And I would like to think, well, in a little time, just give it a little time and the traffic will ease a bit, etc. But it just kept swelling and swelling and swelling. And after a while, you couldn't go left or right or forward or backward in a manner of speaking because of the heavily congested road network. And I'm talking in this instance within the corporate area, especially the heavy trafficked areas of New Kingston, for example, and the outskirts of New Kingston, and terminating in other sections of the area. So terribly sorry, sincerest apologies for my tardiness in getting to Broadcast House, but we're grateful we finally got here, and we'll do the best we can as far as the rest of the program is concerned. It's a good time for us to remember the elderly in a time such as this. There are particular suggestions in dealing with disaster preparedness as far as the elderly is concerned. So before a disaster, prepare an emergency supplies kit. This should include items such as important documents, birth certificates, passports, insurance information, a list of medications, allergies, special equipment, blood type, and important contacts. The contacts should include names and numbers of doctors, pharmacists, and family members. Store in a plastic bag or other waterproof case. Make sure you have this list with you at all times. A first aid kit or first aid supplies, example, gauze, Dettol, etc. Batteries for radio. In fact, I didn't remember that the radio on my desk in my home office is actually one of those radios I got from the United Kingdom, and they use these giant batteries. What they call them? AA or 2?
RD?
D, yes, D2.
The giant ones. Yeah.
Yes. So I realized that I actually had one of those radios anyway, and will come in handy, no doubt. So there is that. The flashlights, important as well, and batteries for the flashlight, for the radio, and other devices such as hearing aids, extra supply of current medications, and ensure that medicines have not expired. And but before I go any further, Jesse, can you just give us the very latest in terms of Hurricane Beryl?
Sure. That my absolute pleasure. And just to advise as well that the next bulletin from the Meteorological Service will come out in line with the next release time for the information contained in the public advisory from the National Hurricane Center in Miami. And the latest information that we have in relation to Hurricane Beryl is contained within bulletin number 16A, and this is as at 1 p.m. Jamaica time. The bulletin gives the summary of Beryl as at 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Atlantic Standard Time is 1 hour ahead of us here in Jamaica. So The latest bulletin as at 1 p.m. Jamaica time, 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, is that the eye of Beryl is passing south of the Dominican Republic. Of course, it's expected to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to Jamaica on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. The location for the meteorologists out there and those who are really passionate about their meteorology. The location is 15.6 degrees north, 69.9 degrees west. That translates to the location of Beryl being about 175 miles or 280 kilometers southeast of Isla Beata in the Dominican Republic. It's about 475 miles or 780 kilometers east-southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. Now, maximum sustained winds earlier were at 160 miles per hour. Those have decreased marginally. The maximum sustained winds now 155 miles per hour or 250 kilometers per hour. The present movement, as according to the National Hurricane Center, Beryl is moving west-northwest or 290 degrees at a speed of 22 miles per hour or 35 kilometers per hour. The release also reminds that a hurricane warning is in effect for Jamaica. According to the release, a hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. That's us, because we are under hurricane warning, so we can expect those hurricane conditions. The National Hurricane Center is advising that preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. It says here, Beryl, of course, moving towards the west-northwest near 22 miles per hour or 35 kilometers per hour. This general motion should continue through tomorrow, that's Wednesday, followed by a turn more toward the west on Thursday. Now, on the forecast track, the center of Beryl will move quickly across the central Caribbean Sea today and is forecast to pass near Jamaica on Wednesday and the Cayman Islands on Thursday. The center is forecast to approach the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico come Thursday night. We did mention reports from a U.S. Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate maximum sustained winds are near 155 miles or 250 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Beryl, a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Now, we did mention earlier that the winds have marginally weakened to 155 miles per hour, making Beryl a Category 4. 160 or over with higher gusts would be a Category 5 hurricane. Beryl has currently weakened to a Category 4 hurricane, and weakening is forecast for later today as well. But Beryl is still expected to be near major hurricane intensity as it moves into the central Caribbean and passes near Jamaica on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, and the Cayman Islands on Thursday. Now, additional weakening is expected thereafter, though Beryl is forecast to remain a hurricane in the northwestern Caribbean. We did mention as well earlier on, Durban, that the likelihood of Jamaica being directly hit by Beryl has increased, and this is according to the latest news coming out of the Meteorological Service of Jamaica. The Met Service is saying the likelihood of a direct impact to the island has increased. It did speak to the information as to the state of Beryl that we just mentioned, but here is the kicker, if you will. The current official forecast track nudges the system to the north and increases the chance of the eye of the hurricane passing over southern sections of the island. And that's important because if it is, that hurricane force winds extend outward up to 40 miles or 65 kilometers from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 175 miles or 280 kilometers. The likelihood of significant fallout and damage due to the wind strength, that likelihood has increased as the center is forecast now to pass over southern sections of the island. This is serious stuff indeed, Dermot.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Jesse Blake doing what he does best, telling it as it is happening on location. And we're grateful for, as we said, his capacity and ability to pivot, to borrow that term. And he has been doing a lot of that.
But I just want to say that of course we have gained quite a reputation over the years, in our coverage of hurricanes, tropical storms that come our way, and we want to once again pledge our full commitment to really keeping our listeners in Jamaica and around the world in the know by giving them all the information that we have, and to be their eyes and ears as we negotiate Hurricane Pearl. You have our commitment for that.
Thanks a lot, Jesse.
All right. You take care. Thank you so much.
You too. Bye-bye.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:31 p.m. Here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica.
Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Empty-hearted man, we need your job, little respect, get out while you can. We always need to hear both sides of the story.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we'll continue to share with you the usual tips and to take your calls as well on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Here's a caller who has been holding for the last 18 minutes and 18 seconds. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. How are you and where are you?
Devon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. You know that I was hoping to speak to Jesse, but he's out now, so I'll just continue in the same context.
I'm so sorry about
earlier
that.
I was hearing Neville speaking about the thing that he had experienced at a supermarket. He said he was experiencing that most of the people they were buying of credit card and debit card. So he's saying that sooner or later we Jamaican have to go to what you call it now, no cash, right?
Cashless.
Yeah, so we'll have to stop use cash. But I'm saying that never is speaking like an Anglo-Saxon or a Yankeeton, right? An Anglo-Saxon is someone who think like the English, and a Yankeeton is a Jamaican who is on the North Coast, getting a tan and acting like he is an American. So we call them Yankeeton. Durvan, my experience this morning at a little grocery shop was that the grocery shop was so packed. And Durvan, when you listen to the people, and I'm in the eastern part of Kingston, and when you listen to the people, you can know that they are trying, because you'll hear that they are asking for a portion of a sliced bread. You know, like half of the sliced bread, or they are asking for like 6 egg, and you know, the pound and a half of flour, and two or three sardine, and 2 mackerel, and so on. So you see that yesterday I had spoken to you, and I was telling you that right now, when we hear the people in charge of this country telling the people to go out and buy, it is not feasible, Durvan. The people do not have no money, Durvan. No money. All this talk for the past years about unemployment is on the low, and everybody is working, and the economy is booming. No, Durvan, no, the truth and the fact will come out now. What is a thing that we have to thank God that there are places in the inner city that if you have a buckle, you can carry it there and refill a buckle to refill a 2-liter buckle. It costs like half the price of when you take a seal one off the shelf. So that is the way the people have to be going right now. They are trying their best to stack up on a two candle and a two thing, because years go by when the meteorological center announced hurricane, them always laugh, but them understand by social media that this one here Beryl is more look like it is more dangerous than Gilbert, because we might be steering this one straight in the eye, Durvan. And I personally had experienced Gilbert and Ivan, but when I'm hearing about this this barrel. This barrel is like the real deal. And I'm asking the Father up above, the Almighty, whosoever you pray to, you must get down on your knee before tonight. I mean, like now, and ask the Father to protect Jamaica. We need to bow down in prayer. The churches should be on the airwaves now. The churches should be on the airwaves now in prayer to see if their utterance can save us, because only God can save us now. I am not preaching doomsday, but the Met Office is point on, and I'm asking the Jamaican people, don't take this one for a joke. I'm begging you, please. Don't take this one for a joke. I'm speaking for all my friends in Kingston and St. Andrew. If you know this voice, in the inner city, I am asking you, please be careful. Please be careful for the next 48 hours. I'm begging you, please take this one very serious. That's my utterance for the day, Durvan. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. All the best.
Yes, sir.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And just some more reminders for senior citizens and the tips for the elderly before a disaster. Prepare an emergency supplies kit, which should include items such as important documents, birth certificates, passports, insurance information, a list of medications, allergies, special equipment, blood type, and important contacts. Contacts should include names and numbers of doctors, pharmacists, and family members. Store in a plastic bag or other waterproof case. Make sure you have this list with you at all times. A first aid kit or first aid supplies, example, gauze, Dettol, etc. Batteries for radio, flashlight, and other assistance devices, such as hearing aids. Portable radio, extra supply of current medications. Ensure medicines have not expired. That's important. You don't want to be ingesting expired medical supplies or medication. Also, sheets and extra clothing, sanitary items, sunscreen, a whistle to signal for help, water for at least 2 days, and non-perishable food, and a manual can opener. Keep walking aids. If you have a walking stick, don't throw it away. Keep the walking stick or the cane or walkers near you. Keep them near you at all times. If possible, have extra walking aids in different rooms of your home. Where possible, keep a security light in each room of your home. These lights plug into any outlet and light up automatically if there is a loss of electricity. Flashlights also provide equal lighting. Place one by your bedside or in places easily accessible. If you are on a bed or sitting down at the time of, well, this says earthquake here. This one is not for earthquake. Do not get up if you are standing, sit down, or stand in a doorless doorway and brace yourself. If possible, take cover under a desk. Yes, I think it's interesting how they prepared this material with, we're moving from hurricane straight to earthquake in a manner of speaking. Fasten special equipment, including life support systems and tanks of oxygen to the wall. Regularly practice how you would leave your home during an emergency or disaster. During hurricanes and other hazards, turn on your portable radio for instructions and news reports. For your safety, cooperate fully with community and government officials. Evacuate if you are asked to, and cooperate with instructions. If you have to evacuate, leave a message at your home telling family members and others where you can be found. For identification purposes, ensure you have your full legal name and date of birth on a label drawn around your neck or wrist. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:46 on Power 106.
Here is a financial literacy tip from your friends at Power 106 FM. Learn to budget. Once you've read a few personal finance books, you will understand two rules. Never let your expenses exceed your income and watch where your money goes. The best way to do this is by budgeting and creating a personal spending plan to track the money coming in and going out. Tracking expenses can provide a valuable wake-up call. Small changes in your everyday expenses are under your control and can impact your financial situation. Keeping monthly expenses like rent as low as possible can save you money over time and put you in a position to invest in your own home sooner than later.
Grandma, to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle. He's a sad and empty
Some more advice. Find two people you trust who will check on you after a disaster. Tell them your special needs and how to operate any equipment you use. Give them a spare key where possible. Participate actively on local emergency committees. Those are just one of the leaflets that we have received to share the information. So there's the subject of, naturally, hurricane preparedness, and so we know that pretty much we are going to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl. So this is a last lap and last look at what we need to do insofar as it can be done at this stage. Check thoroughly the roof of your house, hurricane shutters, hooks and latches, and repair where necessary. Make sure that galvanized sheeting on the roof of your house is properly fastened. Keep in stock extra, if you're able to, insofar as you're able to, extra plastic bags and sheets of plastic. Plastic is essential to prevent important documents, paintings, equipment, and furniture from getting wet. Keep handy a supply of lumber, plywood, timber, etc. for battening down purposes. Trim trees that, and we saw a lot of this happening actually this time around. We saw a lot of tree cuttings taking place, for sure, with the assistance of the Jamaica Public Service Company, the JPS. So we have seen that the trimming of trees that touch power lines or hang over the house and other buildings. Make sure that emergency cooking facilities such as coal stoves are in good working condition, as these may be necessary. Make sure you have a supply of kerosene and coal. Keep coal dry by wrapping in a plastic bag or other waterproof material. Latch down securely all small buildings in the yard, such as outdoor kitchens, pit latrines, tool sheds, barns, etc. Store extra food, especially things that can be eaten without cooking or which need very little preparation. Electricity may be off during a hurricane, leaving you without refrigeration. Place emergency food supply in a waterproof container and store in a closed box, cupboard, or trunk. Make sure you have emergency equipment in your home. These include water boots, raincoats, flashlights, batteries, portable radio, kerosene lamps, and matches. Have simple first aid equipment such as iodine, bandages, eye lotion. This one was new to me actually. Eye lotion. Am I the only one who doesn't know what that is? Eye lotion. If you do, please share. So now during the hurricane, do not go outside unless it is absolutely necessary. When the winds get very strong, you are in danger of being hit by flying objects. Children should not be taken outside since they may be in danger of being blown away. If you are away from home, remain where you are until the hurricane has passed. Many people have lost their lives trying to go from one place to another. Keep a hurricane lamp burning, as it may make the night more tolerable. If the house shows signs of breaking up, stay under a table or stand in a sturdy closet. Be prepared for material falling from the ceiling. If your glass windows have not been boarded up, place a large object in front of the window to protect yourself from others and from splintering glass. Be calm. Your ability to act logically is important. Listen to the radio for information on what is happening. So that's before and during the hurricane. After the hurricane, seek medical attention at first aid stations, hospitals, or clinics for persons injured during the storm. Do not touch loose or dangling electrical wires. Report these to the power company, the nearest police station, or parish council. Report broken sewer or water mains directly to the parish council, the Public Works Department, or Water Resources Authority for your area. Water which has been stored should not be used immediately after the storm for washing houses, cars, and watering gardens until normal water services have been restored. Do not empty water stored in bathtubs or other receptacles until safe drinking water is restored. Boil all drinking water until you are sure that a safe water supply has been restored. We also should be watching out for fallen trees, collect fallen branches and other debris and pile them where they can be easily collected. Do not go outside barefooted. Avoid wearing open shoes and watch out for broken glass. And we're reminded that disasters do happen, so we need to be prepared. We should say good afternoon to Inez Ayona Campbell. She says, make sure they have all medications available. Peter Gracie says they can download or view the shelter listing at thisisjamaica.org/shelters. Faye Weller says, good afternoon, Mr. Durvan and faithful listeners. I'm here preparing for Miss Beryl. I hope she breaks down some of the speed, says Faye Weller. And let's see, Violet White says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Violet White. Praying for everyone's safety, she says. So say all of us, and including Velta Wilson. Thank you for your message. All right, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Are you there? Let's see who we have here. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm a bit worried. I understand storm heading on the island there in a couple of days.
In a couple of days?
The last news I hear, they say by now on Thursday. Is that true?
Yes. As early as, but possibly as early as tomorrow.
Okay. So the question I ask you now, emergency people, everything is in place for the after effect. Well, I hope it don't come because that should be there pretty soon, but just in case it come. Emergency people are up and ready.
Yes, there's a team that has been preparing and continues to prepare. And in some instances, in most instances, the team is prepared.
So the next question is, for those who will be out of work for say a week or two, and the government side, what assistance do you have to offer them?
They usually get the support of the Red Cross and other entities and agencies when the need arises.
Those things are like shelter, but what about financial help?
I don't know.
They don't have those things in place.
No, I don't know about any financial arrangements. No. Not financial. But they provide in instances where a family is in distress, as having been impacted by a hurricane, then they naturally would respond.
You respond, but how much will they respond?
What?
You know what way they respond? Like get them places to stay and all that?
Yeah. And care packages and so on.
Well, I hope it never come in because I want to go ahead and make a worse now that should be there and you're gonna set back a little while. But as the saying goes, fear the worst and hope for the best. So we hope it never come.
Right. Indeed.
All right, bye. So I keep tuning to the news and hear what's going on. But I hope that it don't come and everything is okay. It's our island and we love our island and we don't want to bother to it.
Okay, sir. Well said.
Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome. Take care. Continuing with more on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we're going to another break here on both sides of the story. But we'll continue with the messages and the information, the details.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, fitting, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
No more long wait at Kingston Wars Limited. Thanks to the quick and collect agility. An easy and fast and safer process of clearing your barrels without any issue.
With click and collect, not hard. When sending from foreign to ya. Sign up today. And from abroad, you can manage clearance and pay online. Your loved one just has to collect. Easy.
Sign up, you click, we clear, you collect. Sign up, you click, we clear, you collect.
For more information, WhatsApp 876-577-8905.
Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch their mother and father fight. Pieces.
According to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, Jamaicans are more informed about hurricanes now than in 1951 when Hurricane Charlie struck. However, despite this, we were still not as prepared as we should have been for the onslaught of Hurricane Gilbert, which caused widespread destruction and the loss of over 40 lives. Its devastating impact could have been minimized if we were better prepared. Here's a reminder that the official hurricane season is June 1st to November 30th, and every effort must be made to have preparedness programs on the individual, community, and national level in place before the start of the season. So this little booklet we have here is designed to help Jamaicans understand the danger which a hurricane poses and how to prepare for them. It contains simple, easy to follow instructions and guidelines, which will help to save lives, minimize injuries, and property loss. Let's get in a word from David Crosburn. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Crosburn. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, you and all listeners.
Good afternoon.
We're pressing there the
Hello? Did we lose Mr. Crosburn? Oh, his device has been muted. All right, let's continue. So let's take a look to the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Lost that call. Sorry about that. 876-922-4112-5. The numbers to call. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, my dearly beloved.
Good afternoon, Miss Mervis.
Yes, Miss Beryl. Remind me of Mr. Matthew. Oh, good afternoon to you and all the listeners.
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Matthew. You remember what happened to Mr. Matthew?
Remind us.
Mr. Matthew came very close to us and did nothing.
And turned right around. Is that
I
one?
know something happened to it, but not in the outer band we got, and it came very close.
Okay.
And you know, it hit me hard that the King of Kings was just saying to people, look, he has me control nature, you know. Very close to us. And I remember on one occasion, another storm, hurricane was coming, and our Prime Minister said, I hope God will be merciful as he was to us in Matthew.
Oh.
So that cute hurricane, you know, very close and not in the afterband was here. And you know, I went on radio and I pleaded and I said, can we declare a day of thanksgiving to God for this? God, it is unusual for a hurricane to come so close. So close. You know, we're not a Thanksgiving people. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
We have been spared so many times and we will declare a day of this and a day of that if it's sports and all those things. But, you know, the Almighty remind me today that his love for Jamaica is that he chose the Israel of the East, but this country chose him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? He chose the Israel of the East, developed a nation of people out of one person, to use them to express his righteousness to the rest of the world, but they would never be in the keep on worshipping idol and following everybody else. The Almighty said to me while I'm out here, you know, I need to clarify something to some of the listeners and callers. I am not here doing something on my own. I was commanded to lead the profession in '94 to deliver some programs and stuff to the nation that would have prevented a lot of the ills in here. I did my best using every strategy possible, and it was not accepted. Pieces of it were removed and named otherwise and whatever. And I'm still sitting here with it because people talking about problem, social problem and mental problem and all that. And this thing was designed to deal with all. You hear me talking about mind power all the while, don't you?
Yes.
The power of the mind. And up to the other day, I said, the Almighty taught me that if you want something done, if it's 70%, your task is over when the right mindset is there. Yes?
Yeah.
And I was teaching a reading program with all kind of age group from 40 at 30 at 20 at teenage below 12. I never knew I could do. I was taught to teach one grade at a time at one age group in primary school. I didn't know something could go like that. And when I see the kind of people in school couldn't read, some of them big man that couldn't identify the alphabet. And you know, the Almighty taught me a number of things to share with the nation, you know. I went to college and so on, but you see some of the things that they taught me. He gave me sometimes a different strategy to use them, you know. Make them work very quickly. Because people couldn't believe that them go through school and learn to read so fast. Why did it? Because there's a lot of stuff here that's supposed to deal with the power of the mind. And he said too many people in the nation would not be able to read what he was giving me to give the nation. So he put this little reading strategy in nothing big. A little reading strategy will make you read so quickly. You can't believe it. You see? So I don't know. People can't realize that there's something special about this nation, you know. The Almighty said the nation is supposed to lead the way to international change, not follow. We keep on following too much because the logo that is the letterhead The logo on the thing on the letterhead is a stretched out arm across the top with a map of Jamaica in his hand. And there's a cord leading from the nation down to the bottom of the page and attached to a globe. Yes, I didn't design it, he designed it. The nation is a world leader, not a follower, not supposed to be a follower. But the nation is not obeying the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, we sing the anthem too. Him simply sent me out here to respond to what he was asked to do in the national anthem. And that is why any day him command me to set up a website. People won't see my face there, they're going to see Father Sherlock there. On the page. And the national anthem. And a citation he gave me to give him before he died. They want honor him posthumously, so I had to take that citation to him, wait to Nix Avenue, right up to his bedroom upstairs. I didn't even realize he was that old at the time, because I didn't remember I knew him from I was a child at school. He was one of our old patrons. Yes, I gave him the citation. I still have the citation here. And he said there's supposed to be a statue of him with the national anthem and the citation is supposed to be placed there, maybe flanked by the people who write the music or whatever. He's still waiting on that. Because every time these guys stand up on the podium to go sing, to receive them medal, what you hear coming out? Don't is eternal Father bless the land? Don't we know that everything that's during this style out here is different? It seems that everything have a different taste, even the ganja. You know, there's something about it, this blessing that this father of the nation asked for. And what is the best, what better any father could ask for? Bless the land, guidance, and all that. But why won't we just listen to him? We just listen to all and country. We have a lot of land wasting. Everyone, you know, the other day I meet up 2 persons in Fort Myers to my shop, them Facebook stuff, Chan and whatever. And I say, what happened to it? You know, I told them, said to me, cancer, one is a man in my practice, the other lady. You see the food that we're eating? Well, I often ask what them used to produce so much soil for the whole world. What them used to produce some of these grains that we're getting from all over the world. There's too much cancer in this place. Yeah. Nobody is checking everything coming out of Jamaica must be tested. And no more than X, Y, Z and that must be in it. But everything is dumped in here, you know. Everything is dumped in here, Durban. I don't know when we wake up. That's what the year of national repentance, reconciliation, and commitment is for. But every sector get busy. There's a message in Grandma Gleaner from 97, you know. 1997 when he pay for. And he said we must get up off of the praying knees and shut the talk show mouth and get ready for some action. Cast me for Irie too. Yes. That time we get ready for some action, man. So me hope with some mercy come our way, you know. I hope we declare Thanksgiving. We should have thank you God for every care back and everywhere.
Well, we have a bit of that going on now. J.M. Master Songwriter says, I am S.B. Good evening, Mr. Malcolm. And then Karen says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, and all tuning in. Praying for all in the path of Hurricane Beryl. Stay safe and heed all warnings. And then J.M. Master Songwriter goes on to say, I am S.B. Lord, please protect my people in Jesus' name. Dennis Walters says, you all in my thoughts and prayers, Jamaica. Be prepared and stay safe. Stephen Barnes says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Hopefully in the future, when any depression heads in our direction, 72 hours before it makes landfall, we will be saying how prepared we are, not how unprepared we are. Miss Mervis?
Yeah. Hello?
Say that again.
I am listening, but I said none of them say anything about Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I'm mean, after it's quite a few of them since down and pass away. I remember one in Mr. Golding time when the hurricane just got down to nothing and pass, And then gave and stamps now Mr. Golding one piece of cut off on the ear. Or they make them go buy up things, and before the people them give thanks for the stamp pass gone, them did give it to the Prime Minister and the weatherman, I have never seen anything so wicked and stupid. They put on the food and give God thanks that it passed away. No, I'm talking about, a lot of the time we just making requests of God. We just ask him for things, Durban.
Mm-hmm.
We not thank him. Even some of the songs that we sing in church, a lot of them sometimes we are asking for things, you know that? It's not giving thanks and praise.
One moment, please, Miss Mervis.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Thanks for holding, Miss Mervis. Please continue.
Yes, my darling. Yes, man, the matter of Thanksgiving. So God, we need to do better. That's why I'm calling now, because me I watch it and it's a high pressure ridge can just come up and take down that hurricane. People don't want to need to operate. We can't forecast the weather and all and something. We have to stop and realize when we get the wisdom and all and something to do with these kind of things, man. As somebody rightly said, Charlie Gilbert, the whole idea, we didn't have so many what you call it now, gadgets and so on. Like them cellular phone with the whole heap of different whatever where you can pass on information. You know what I mean? And all that. To pass on Gilbert, because me watch Gilbert when it get up, Gilbert get up over the Azores and it never shift left now right. And when we start negotiate with God to do something about this storm, it said to come. That makes no sense, me pray. It's coming, and the storm coming right at Maran Point. Straight across the middle of the nation, spread out 200 miles to the north and south, and come out back round the west, You see? Straight over the Wednesday after the storm done, watching the plate in the kitchen, me hear one voice so compassionate. One compassionate tone saying, look what they let me do to Jamaica. They rape the young and kill the old and name out the condition of the nation. We are at the same place now. Yeah, he was very compassionate and the nation got a whole heap of help, there, but no more like that no coming here after that. Instead of the national anthem is the nation comprehensive insurance coverage. And because of what we did with what we got, no more insurance stuff to come in here again like that. No? Whole heap of stuff coming and people should have got it, didn't get it. Yeah. And you see that pledge with the partners and so that Jamaica may under God? Sorry for the coach for coming here. Yeah. That football match was designed to change the nation. And they should have taken the manpower message from me and take it to France with them and bring that World Cup home and they didn't do it. And him said them now go on no more World Cup, So I'm sorry for the man will come and go. I know me, sister. Carl Brown is around, him didn't hang up the phone for me. The message Burrell didn't answer me. But we still have the citation that belong to the guys here. So they spread the fame across the world. Like how a guango tree spread, and the guango tree me draw with the football, the root of the guango tree, the nation, and the football is a piece of art, with a message underneath it, But each of them should have the get, I tried to make, Carl Brown, they tell me if we send it come, he said no. I would have to bring it to them and explain the artwork that is on it. And they were supposed to carry this mind power message to them to France and bring that World Cup home. They didn't do it. You see what I mean? You think a look at effort and move God makes me heal this nation, and we people just take what he did and do what they feel like doing with it. We just love jump on these things and gone over to business. Eh? Why can't we see God in action in this place? We pray to him, We know pray. We pray enough. But when something is done, him get no glory for it. And the very Bible tells us we not get no glory and cause the blessing. The Bible said that when God get no glory out of what him put there, him curse, turn around and curse the blessing. So I said to Jamaica, if mercy come, one thing I would like that do something to it. If we show them say no El Nino or El Nino no control this nation, this climate and this whatever in this world, you see? Them they are foolishness, and at times we stop follow the world and talk about it. So based on the kind of things that we see happen. No. We not follow them. We sing to a God. We not sing no God save no queen and all them stuff there. We sing an anthem to God. Ask him to do something for us. Why won't we just allow him to do it? So should in case any more mercy show us, may hope the whole nation declare thanksgiving. And you see I stick all about thank you God, thank you. You know what I mean? We need to give thanks to God for the things them do. Yes. So that is one of the main reasons why we call you today. Because Mr. God do too much of that. First time I get on radio, that hurricane named David out there, I'm looking at the nation, it's stagnant out of the sea, they how long and now moving out Durban. And I plead with God, this is something to beg him, because I want the nation a little more. And that's when I get on radio and start to play for messages in Durban. Seriously. I get on radio and start to play for messages to the nation. Long time in the strong of the 90s. I don't know, this nation is so stiff-necked. The Almighty said we're stiff-necked, it's stubborn, setting our own way and ungrateful. Yes. We need to realize who we are. We are world leader of Durban. Eh? Everyone lady sending go far is all in your reggae music. We are the international name brand. What kind of seat are we there? And we look at foolishness we jump on and follow. We don't care when everybody come in here and scrape a blessing gone with it. And we sit down in here a pine afterward or foreign. We're not even good like what we have. In terms of people and whatever else. The Jamaicans, fellow Jamaicans, that me always address them as on radio or in a newspaper, fellow Jamaicans. God said, we don't ask him to bless the nation and bless it. We don't ask him for this. He's ready to give wisdom if people will accept the wisdom. Not just vote. Accept the wisdom what them ask for. If you ask God for something, you must accept it. Yeah. And deal with it. The country is so blessed. The people are so blessed. The people are smart. The people are sensible. But unfortunately, our leaders cannot see it that way. And that's why I'm saying we need to get up come November, combine with effort from Nigel Point to Morans Point and beyond, and teach these leaders who we are and what we have to offer to this nation. We don't want nobody to drag we anywhere. We want to be a part of the action in all areas. We get it to do that. And the last thing that God said to me the other day, everybody, if you employ somebody and you employ somebody without a job description, eh?
Absolutely not.
But you don't must find a job description for the politician then. And the other day, the Almighty said to me, sir, you employ somebody without job description. We don't know that. If you employ somebody, you must have something for them to do. You have to laugh so time when just say something to me, Them can't find a job description of the politician. Then what are they employed to do? Okay, I mean, I can only talk one time because if I not say it, I get only committee like Jeremiah. Jeremiah say when the prophecy come and he not speak it, it coming like fire in his body. Yeah? Not the Bible.
Yeah.
So when yes, man, you people are saying, I feel like fire, and it, shut up in my bone.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jeremiah go, but I don't know, Holy Ghost fire that. When him get tired to talk to the people, if you read out the book of Jeremiah, he's tired of them. All when them just treat him away, and him tired and him say, no, prophesy to them no more. And when the prophecy come and him not speaking, you see, he say, coming like fire in his body. This thing about God, and a call from God, and when God plans you somewhere to do something there, man, and I want to joke something, and enough pressure, enough this, kind of something you go through, kind of go process you, and fix you, and all them kind of something, I say, and he tell me one day, do not put words in his mouth. Don't utter what him not say. You hear that? Don't put words in his mouth. Serious thing. God bless.
Bless you too.
And Grandma Gleaner.
Okay, Miss Mervis. Thanks for sharing. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's take another call. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, German.
Good afternoon.
Let me say we should be always praying, regardless if it's storm come or not. We should be always.
Hello? Are you there? Not hearing you. Not hearing you. Hello, hello, hello. Hello?
You hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, hearing you now. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was saying that when the storm come or not, we should be always praying because it's all God's work. Anyhow, what I called you for, I spoke to someone in Jamaica and they're telling me the storm is tonight. Is it the hurricane center in Miami? What they're forecasting for tonight? Because it's important for people to get this information. When is the first the what you call it, the climate weather gonna start in Jamaica? Is it tonight or tomorrow?
I'm going to have to check because I spent most of my time in traffic earlier, 2 hours.
Wow. But these are the information we need to be putting out there. As much as possible. You're not going to be 100% accurate. But I know the hurricane office in the hurricane center in Miami, the computer forecast is pretty, on the satellite images is pretty decent. So I hope you can get some information to put it out there in the meantime, so people have this information.
Well, the last information I received and shared was that hurricane at way from 5 o'clock this morning. At 5 o'clock this morning, as of 5 o'clock this morning, Hurricane Beryl across the eastern Caribbean Sea, currently projected to pass just south of Jamaica tomorrow. Hurricane conditions are very likely, including extremely dangerous winds, storm surge, widespread rainfall, and thunder showers. A hurricane warning remains in effect for Jamaica. Today, partly cloudy, windy across northern parishes. Tonight, becoming cloudy, showers and isolated thunderstorm expected across eastern parishes, windy across northern parishes. The forecast for Wednesday, hurricane conditions are expected, including extremely dangerous winds, storm surge, widespread rainfall, and thunder showers. Thursday, morning showers and isolated thunderstorms across southern and northwestern parishes, cloudy and windy otherwise. Friday, cloudy and windy with periods of showers and thunderstorms across most parishes. And a reminder of the other current regional weather features. Once again, Category 5 hurricane Beryl is currently located 1,120 kilometers east-southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. An area of low pressure across the central tropic Atlantic has a low chance of tropical cyclone development over the next 7 days. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Make TNT Auto Cooler Limited your first choice in auto air conditioning service. We specialize in all auto air conditioning, installation, servicing, and repairs. So when the heat is on and traffic is at a crawl, call TNT Auto Cooler at 876-968-3723 or visit 8 Ripon Road. TNT Auto Cooler Limited. The cooler the vehicle, the more comfortable the ride.
Find yourself in the gutter in our lonely part of town.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. I hope the information we shared a while ago helped. Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please.
Right, very good. But that information was released, 5 a.m. this morning? That was released?
Yeah, but others have been subsequently released. It's just that I don't have, as I said, I spent almost 2 hours in traffic trying to get to work. So as I relate this afternoon, sorry about that. But I'm still trying to locate the most current, yes. Yes, so as soon as I've put my hands on that, I'll let you know.
All right, no problem. Please, because I mean, the information, when it's coming, letting people know what's going on, I think is very critical. All right?
Yes,
thanks
indeed.
a lot. I'm just safe. I'm just safe, man. And I hope everybody is safe and take heed and warning. Take care, Durban.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, so.
Continuing with more on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. All right, so we usually take it for granted that everybody knows what is what when it comes to hurricanes. Hurricanes have been described as the greatest storms on Earth, and they kill more people than any other kind of storm. The wind speeds of hurricanes are 119 kilometers per hour and greater, blowing around a calm center called an eye. The most destructive elements of a hurricane are the storm surges, high winds, and flood-producing rains. Hurricanes can span over 483 kilometers. Although they cannot be controlled, with adequate warning and the observance of safety precautions, lives and property can be saved. The storm surge is the most dangerous of the 3 major hazards: storm surges, high winds, flood rains accompanying a hurricane. This is a great dome of water, often as much as 80 kilometers wide, that sweeps across the coastline. This surge, aided by the hammering effect of breaking waves, acts like a giant bulldozer, sweeping everything in its path. The stronger the hurricane, the higher and more powerful the surge will be. The awesome destructive potential of storm surges can hardly be overestimated. Records of storm surge damage in Jamaica go beyond 300 years. a storm surge produced by a hurricane in 1722 with maximum wave heights of 4.85 meters was responsible for the destruction of the settlement of Queenstown, now known as Passage Fort. In 1722, 1780, and in the early 19th century, 1912, it is known that Savannah Lamar was extensively damaged by storm surges. Other South Coast towns which have also been affected by surges include Old Harbor, Kingston, and Port Royal. Allen in 1980 brought surges of over 12 meters. If you live near a seacoast, you can be affected by storm surges. Therefore, if a hurricane threatens your area, plan to evacuate to the nearest public shelter or to the home of a friend or relative who lives inland. If you live in a flood-prone area, you should also plan to leave during a hurricane. Many people lose their lives during a hurricane because of drowning. So some reminders, instructions to follow for the start of the season. Make a thorough check of hurricane shutters, hooks, and latches, and repair where necessary. See that galvanized sheeting on the roof of your house is properly fastened. To get information on proper fastening, check with the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, or the Ministry of Environment and Housing. Keep on hand nails, hammers, wire, rope, and pliers. Stock up on plastic bags and sheets of plastic. Plastic is essential to prevent important documents, paintings, equipment, and furniture from getting wet. Keep handy a supply of lumber, plywood, timber, etc. for battening down purposes. But again, we have to say in as far as is possible, because we're not all the same and we're not a homogeneous people. So if it falls to us to happen to have certain tools and resources to make a difference, well, let's do it and help out a neighbor or two. Emergency cooking facilities, oil and coal stoves may be necessary. Be sure they are in working condition. Make sure you have a supply of kerosene and coal. Keep the coal dry by wrapping in a plastic bag or other waterproof material. And this one we noticed a lot of throughout this year, the trimming of trees. A lot of that has happened this year. Trim trees that touch power lines or hang over the house and other buildings. Latch down securely all small buildings in the yard, such as outdoor kitchens, pit latrines, tool sheds, barns, etc. If you do not know how to do this, ask a qualified carpenter for assistance. If your house is made of wattle and daub or lumber, check the base for moisture and insect rot. If any of the two are found, do quick but good repairs. Store extra food, especially things that can be eaten without cooking or which need very little preparation. Remember, during a hurricane, electric power may be off and we may be without refrigeration. So we'll have to place emergency food supply in a waterproof container and store in a closed box, cupboard, or trunk. Make sure you have emergency equipment such as water boots, raincoats, flashlights, batteries, battery-powered radio, portable, kerosene lamps and matches in your home. Have simple first aid equipment such as iodine, bandages, eye lotion, still waiting on somebody to tell me what that is. Eye lotion, etc. at home. Know how to find the nearest shelter. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, or your Parish Disaster Committee, PDC, can give you the location of the shelter nearest you. Or very good friend of the program, Peter Gracie, has gone as far as to identify the website. thisisjamaica.org/shelters. So you can download or view the shelter listing at thisisjamaica.org/shelters. So there is one for you in that regard. So we have to know how to find the nearest shelter. Also, we have to plan a safe route if we must leave. We have to plan a safe route. Check personal property. Make a list of personal property. This is necessary to recover losses. Do not trust your memory. List descriptions and take pictures. Store those and other important papers such as birth certificates, passports, titles, insurance, contracts, etc. in a safe place. Meet with your insurance agent or broker, although it's a little late right now, and go over your policies and coverage to avoid misunderstanding. Make sure your property is properly valued and insured for its true value. If your property is undervalued at the time of a hurricane, you will end up with less money for repairs than you may have expected. If your house is insured for $100,000 and damage to the roof is estimated at $50,000, but on investigation, the insurance company finds that the real value of the house is $200,000, then you are only entitled to half the cost of fixing the roof. That is, you will only get $25,000. If the whole house is destroyed, then you will receive the whole $100,000. The formula used by the insurance company to work out payment for damage is sum insured over full value times loss suffered. Sum insured over full value times loss suffered. Claiming after a hurricane, steps to follow. Employ a professional to estimate damage or loss to property. Fill out a claim form at your insurance company and hand in the estimate of the damage. If an estimate is not immediately available, report the claim anyway, as there is a stipulation on the policy that says all claims must be reported within a given period. The insurance company will send a loss adjuster to assess your loss. They will then study their report and advise you of the findings. The insurance company will settle the claim according to its findings. Now, a reminder of what to do when a hurricane threatens. When a hurricane forms anywhere near the Caribbean, the Met Office will issue reports about its strength, speed, and direction. If there is a possibility of it passing Jamaica, you will be informed. You should monitor your radio stations and listen for advisories issued by the Met Office. These advisories are given every 6 hours or more frequently if the situation demands. These advisories will give information on the location, strength, speed, and movement of the storm. In some cases, the hurricane may be a few hundred miles away and yet produce high winds and severe flooding. Flora of 1963 is a testimony to this effect. The edge of the hurricane can affect the island long before the hurricane itself strikes. When a hurricane watch is issued, it means that the hurricane is a threat, but there is no certainty that it will hit the island. It means, therefore, that we must start preparing by purchasing necessary supplies and securing our homes. When a hurricane watch is given, a specific period of time for danger will be announced. At this time, we should fill our cars with gas and check our batteries, water, and oil. Check the flashlights, lamps, and kerosene. Listen to your radio constantly for weather reports. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. Here is a financial literacy tip from your friends at Power 106 FM. And consider canceling unnecessary subscriptions to hold on to more money each month. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Sleeping with an empty bottle is a sign of an empty heart, man. He needs his job, a little respect, so he can get out while he can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Neighborhood piece is shattered. It's the middle of the night. Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch their mother and father fight. He says she's been unfaithful. She says her love for him is gone. And the brother shrugs to his sister and says, looks like it's just us from now on. Oh, we always need to hear both sides of the story. We need to hear both sides of the story. And the lights are all on. The world is watching now. People looking for truth. We must not fail now. Be sure.
Which one?
Maybe it was once friendly and I stand inside. of the line that has been drawn. Didn't find it here, but now there's killing on the streets, while small coffins are lined up sadly, now united in defeat. All we always need to hear both sides of the story. When the lights are all on, the world is watching now. People looking for truth, we must not fail now. Be sure before we close our eyes, walk away from here till you see both sides. No, 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 no.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And just taking a look, Hurricane Beryl, this is the tropical weather outlook. Hurricane Beryl expected to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to Jamaica. There's an understanding of storm surge. That is it's an abnormal rise in the water level along a shoreline produced by a meteorological disturbance such as hurricanes. So Hurricane Beryl is expected to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to Jamaica on Wednesday and the Cayman Islands Wednesday night and Thursday. So that's the information we have so far from the National Hurricane Center's website. And taking a look at other information on the website. So it's all about Hurricane Beryl at the moment. Hope we are ready and will act accordingly. So to look at the advisory, Hurricane Beryl advisory number 17, National Hurricane Center, Miami, Florida, 5 p.m. Eastern Daytime, Tuesday, the 2nd of July, 2024. The eye of Beryl moving quickly west-northwestward to the south of Hispaniola, expected to bring life-threatening winds and storm surge to Jamaica on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, and the Cayman Islands Wednesday night and Thursday. The summary of 5 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Let's see. About 125 miles or 205 kilometers southeast of Isla Beta, Dominican Republic. About 420 miles or 680 kilometers southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. Maximum sustained winds 155 miles per hour or 250 kilometers per hour. The present movement west-northwest or 290 degrees at 22 miles per hour or 35 kilometers per hour. Minimum central pressure, 943 millibars, or 27.85 inches. The summary of watches and warnings in effect. A hurricane warning is in effect for Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac. A hurricane watch is in effect for south coast of Haiti from the border with the Dominican Republic, from Punta Palenque westward to the border with Haiti, south coast of Haiti from the border with the Dominican Republic to Ons Dino. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area within 36 hours. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A watch is typically issued 48 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of tropical storm force winds, conditions that make outside preparations difficult or dangerous. Interests elsewhere in the northwestern Caribbean, including the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico and Belize, should closely monitor the progress of Beryl. Additional watches or warnings will be required tonight or Wednesday. For storm information specific to our area, we're advised to monitor products issued by our National Meteorological Service. And we have Franklin McDonald on the line. Mr. McDonald, good afternoon. Hello. Mr. McDonald? Hello? Hello? Yes, sir. Go ahead, please. Good afternoon. Or you didn't want to be on air, is that it? Or you wanted to be on air?
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. McDonald. I was just trying to find out if you wanted to say something to us on air before time runs out.
Yes, I did hear a call asking when the hurricane conditions would begin in Jamaica.
Yes, I just shared that information actually.
Can I just try to clarify? My understanding from the information, which has been consistent since Friday afternoon, is that the eye of the hurricane will be closest to Jamaica sometime on Wednesday. But hurricane conditions, meaning the sea conditions, the wind conditions, or the rainfall, will be in the vicinity of Jamaica from sometime this evening, meaning Tuesday night.
Yes.
I think it's an important question which the local authorities need to clarify. But since I didn't hear them come on, I thought I would venture out of my background. So my understanding is that when you're preparing for a hurricane, you want to do all you can in the hours of sunlight, meaning in the daytime. A cautious person in Jamaica would, I think, try to make sure their preparations were completed this evening, because the conditions tomorrow morning may not allow for the kinds of physical preparations that are needed to be done safely. So I don't know if Voice of New York is happy with the answer, but it's a question which should be answered by the local authorities. But I'm giving you
what I understand to be the standard practice. And as you know, I help to write the hurricane procedures for a variety of Caribbean islands.
Okay. All right. Well,
And importantly, the information has been consistent since Friday evening.
okay.
At about 6:15 on Friday evening, the ODP was kind enough to send me the first release from the Met Office.
Yes.
On Monday morning, the Met Office began to issue
We're
bulletins.
seconds away from the news now, Mr. McDonald. Sorry about
So I
that.
just hope that will help. Can
Yes.
I make one very quick additional point?
With it.
In a hurricane of this intensity, the rain will be traveling horizontally. So the rain will come through T-holes and small cracks and small orifices, small openings. So everyone needs to think that through. Closing your drawers and dry things will get wet because they
All right. We're chasing me out of the studio now, Mr. McDonald. Have to run. Have to run. Sorry.
And that applies to your studio too. So salt
I have to
water
run. Have
in
to
the
run.
rain will be penetrating everywhere.
Okay, Mr. McDonald. We have to run. We're out of time.
No trouble.
Thanks.
Thanks for taking the call.
Okay. You're welcome.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon. I'm Hal Shane Burke. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Tuesday, July 2, 2024. Jamaicans being warned to brace for extreme conditions from Hurricane Beryl tomorrow. NWA carrying out major drain cleaning exercise across the island ahead of the hurricane. Motorists to be granted free access to toll roads later this evening. Island's major airports to close tonight. In business news, PSOJ says its members are prepared for Hurricane Beryl. The discussion segment of Beyond the Headlines with Dion Jackson Miller comes up after this newscast. The news is brought to you by Flow. Sign up for Yard and Road and get a free Samsung phone plus a $10,000 Flow gift card.